So Levin, thank you for coming on. And very quickly, would you please tell everybody how you felt? Because I'm sure you might have seen in the chat some of what was going on there and seeing what some of our ladies were sharing and identifying with that. How did you feel 9 months ago?
Oh, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to relate anymore because it's 9 months, but it could be like 9 years. So when I came in, I was suffering from pretty severe inflammation in my right knee, so much that I was unable to walk really even more than a block. And that had never been the case for me. And I had just turned 60 when I found you, Sophie, and started following you a little bit before I joined the program. And yeah, so it was mostly physical. That's what brought me into the program. I thought, here I am, I've just turned 60. My husband's going to be retiring in a couple of years. I'm semi-retired. What's out there for me? I'm not even going to be able to walk. It was very defeating.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember it very well. And actually you reminded me, Levin, that I remember that it was just like, okay, this is a physical thing here. It's my health. I'm gaining weight. I've got this pain. I can't walk. I'm not sure. And I think I remember you saying that I kind of know the basics in a way of what I should be doing, but it's not working what I've been trying. And I don't kind of know how to put it all together. That was when I remember that conversation, right, Levin? Right?
Well, Coach Wendy is probably cracking up right now because I attended this week-long workshop, and on Wednesday I had a call with her in the morning before we got on, and I explained to her very clearly that I was not ready to join, and that I would probably just start it on my own and do it by myself. I was getting some good information. I had been watching some of your other YouTube videos for a while, for maybe like 3 weeks, and I was just going to do this on my own. And it was on day 3 that I thought, what am I doing? Like, I have done this all my life. I'm 60 years old. I haven't done it on my own yet by myself. Like, who am I fooling? So, yeah.
It's so true, isn't it? That there's like, okay, so the transformation hasn't happened. And you're a very smart woman, a very wise woman. You're pretty motivated, but it's like, but it hasn't happened, right? And I think it is that sort of moment of that rude awakening of, as I've talked a lot this week, Evan, about information isn't transformation, and it really isn't, because we can keep on gathering. And now, oh my goodness, with the avalanche of podcasts, no shortage of, but it's actually sort of having that transformation. And also, I think the other thing that you said is that I think as women, and you're a mother, you've been married a long time, we're so used to taking care of everybody else and almost thinking that we should be able to do it on our own. And I think that's where a lot of us get really unstuck, because we think, well, I shouldn't need help. I shouldn't need coaching. And yet, when you do it, well, you talk. What were your results? What happened to you? What was surprising about this?
What I did was I jumped in full force. I said, okay, I'm going to do this because it was a financial investment for me, which it would be for most people. And I said, I'm going for it. Like, I'm going to put myself first for these 14 weeks and I'm going to do it. And I did everything you said. And my big piece, and I didn't know it at the time, how helpful this was going to be, was I totally got into the middle of the herd. I did everything. I did Facebook. I did all your calls. I watched all the modules, and I gave up other things to do that, like my Netflix time.
Yeah.
I just went all in, and it's not a change. It is a total transformation. Like I said, I wasn't even sure if I could relate to going back to the beginning and talking with people that are just thinking about coming in, because I feel so different now. I mean, it is night and day. You haven't asked, but I know this is a big thing for a lot of people. I've dropped almost 50 pounds during that time.
50
After
pounds,
about 50 pounds. After about 5 weeks, I could walk again. The inflammation was gone. My mindset, which is, okay, so you come in sometimes wanting the physical stuff, right? But it's the mindset stuff that keeps you here and keeps you growing. I don't know if you remember this, but I had come to you one time because a friend had asked about if whether I could maintain this, whether it was a program that was sustainable. And I remember you said to me, no, it's not sustainable. It's not a program of sustainability. It's a program of growth. And that's why at 8.5 months that I'm still in it, I'm still so psyched and I'm still so happy and I'm still growing. And my new mantra, well, because they change all the time. This one right now is it gets to keep getting better and better. And I got that from one of the coaches. And it's so true. Like every day I'm like, it can't get any better than it is today. Like there's no way. And then it does. Yeah, it's
Oh
amazing.
my goodness. So ladies, I mean, just that alone, okay, 50 pounds down. Because it's funny that sometimes, ladies, even the weight it becomes almost irrelevant because that is going to happen. You're going to release your information. You're going to release your weight, ladies. That will happen. And a little note on that is, Levin, as I say to everybody, if you're going to do a lifestyle reset, ladies, if you are making the decision, as Levin said, and you're investing, because sometimes the last thing we do is we invest in other things. We invest in our kids, we invest in this, we invest in that. And the very last thing we do is invest in ourselves. And yet, ironic, it is the most important thing, because when you invest in you, then you're not going to have all the healthcare costs later. You're not going to have this is where we need to. But to your point of when you made that investment, ladies, listen to what Levin said. She said she made the decision that I am all in. And there's many different aspects of Ignite, aren't there? There's a lot of live group coaching. There's a huge sense of community in this small, very tight community. There is one-on-one coaching. The coaching is a very, very big part of it. There's a curriculum that's very, very specific that builds week after week after week. And Levin, what I will say about you is that you were, and I mentioned this to everybody yesterday, you were committed right from the get-go. You were coachable. I always say to ladies, if you can be committed, coachable, and resourceful, then I guarantee that you will get the outcome you want, and it'll be beyond your wildest dreams. And you are testament to that. Levin, how you showed up. And as you know, it is just about showing up. A lot of ladies go, well, I don't know how to do all this. And it's like, of course you don't know how to do it. I do, right? We do, and we're going to show you. So, Levin, what about the coaching? What did you? I mean, you'd never had this kind of coaching before. How has this changed things for you? The style of coaching in this program?
Well, I think just the coaching itself, like again, just going back to that part about if you're going to try to do it by yourself, like the motivation that a lot of you are probably feeling right now and the energy that you get from Sophie, just multiply that over weeks and months, and it's incredible. So, it's like anything. It's like kind of drinking the Kool-Aid, right? We can drink any kind of Kool-Aid that's out there. We can have the problem, but the right hand Kool-Aid, right? Or we can have whatever.
Yeah.
This is such a great one. And so the coaching is, first of all, we have access to you all the time. You answer our questions. Then we have those calls. You're just always motivated, not only by the coaches, but by the other people, what I call in the tribe.
The tribe.
The other women, because we're all kind of coming in at the same time. Although the cool thing is that you'll be on calls with people that have been in the program a little bit longer than you. So this is a nice little step ladder piece. So you're getting motivation from each other. You're getting motivation from the coaches. You're getting wonderful tips. You're hearing other people's struggles. That's awesome, because one thing, I'll tell you another one thing, there's so many ones. Is that dropping my perfectionism? Like, yes, you're right. I did. And I will admit that I did. I came in full force. I put myself first. I did everything I was told, but I didn't do it perfectly. And I was told that that was okay. And you really hit home with that with me. And that has been a 60-year issue for me. And I didn't even know for a while that I was a perfectionist, but I know now that's what kept me from doing a lot of things.
It's so true. That was one of your patterns, Levin. And then we identified that, we deal with it, we took it apart, we looked at it, we saw how it was affecting all the other areas of your life, because you've patterns, ladies. It's going to be showing up everywhere, not just here. And so it has been, I mean, gosh, Levin, it is such an honor to get to know you, to coach you. As you said, you have access to me. Ladies, if you're thinking about coming in, I was saying yesterday, you literally do have access to me. That what is so rare, I think, and unusual about Ignite is the level of support that you have. It's just there all the time for you. What would you say to somebody who is thinking, this is a lifestyle reset. It is a holistic lifestyle reset. It is, as I said yesterday, Levin, it is not, I think moderation and baby steps can be kind of dangerous with anything in life, particularly our stage of life, because you're not going to get significant, amazing results and really be able to dial down those health markers, release your weight, and get where you want to be. So I think for some people, it can be like a little bit scary, the thought of, okay, I'm going to embark on this journey, this lifestyle reset and whatnot. The investment can be a little scary. What would you say, just from your heart?
Do it. It's the best thing, by far the best thing I've ever spent money on, that I've invested in myself. And when I first joined up, I had just paid my husband and I had decided to give both of our children a significant amount of money to continue with school. And I thought, why am I so willing to do that for them? And yet not for, I'm so sorry, for myself. Okay. And so it was just, it's the best gift you'll give yourself. I mean, you're not going to be alone, and you're going to be with other people who will be like at the beginning, like, oh, what have we done? Maybe, or not, or like me, like, yay. But you're going to be held so closely by the coaches, by each other, and you're going to transform. Like, I cannot believe it's only been 8.5 months and I have the life.
Levin, I love you. I'll probably see you next week. Big love. Thank you, my darling, for coming on and sharing I know there's so much more that you can share, but you're enormously inspiring, and thank you for coming on. And I know you've got stuff going on, so go deal with that. Love you, love you.